All right, Hughes families, this is Dr. Williams. I'm going to go over our seventh grade merit system for end of year fun this year. So basically, our merit system is here in order for students to be able to participate in the end of year fun activities that are going to be happening the last week of school. So basically, what happens is all seventh graders will start with 10 merits on Monday, May 23rd. This merit system gives all students a fresh start for the last 3 weeks and 3 days of school. So if your student had some issues with tardies and things of that nature starting again Monday, May 23rd, they get a fresh start. So they need to just make sure that they're focused on great behavior the last 3.5 weeks of school so that they'll be able to participate in the end of year activities. And so, in order for students to participate, they have to have at least 6 merits. And what those activities look like basically are on June 13th, we'll have popsicles and pizza. June 14th, karaoke and candy. And then on June 15th, we're going to have a fun fair. And so, the goal is to really incentivize and just, provide a time for kids to enjoy school and all the hard work that they've done this entire school year because they deserve to be rewarded. And then also for our students who keep their 10 merits, they'll also be able to have an extended lunch on June 15th. And then we have some students that'll be able to get 15 merits, and I'll go over that in a bit on what that looks like. But they'll be able to have an extended lunch that last week of school from June 13th to 15th, and they'll get a free snow cone on June 15th. And then lastly, parents, last week, Dr. Williams went into all of our seventh grade classes and discussed the system with our students. And they also all got a contract that needed to be signed by parents in order for them to participate in the end of year school activities. It was due on May the 20th, which was this past Friday, but they still have the opportunity to turn that information or that contract into the school. And then lastly, just a really quick in going over how merits work, I just wanted to highlight what our fun fair activities would look like. We have obstacle courses, a dance zone, tug of war, basketball shootout, soccer, arts and crafts. We even have balloon tosses and cornhole. And then we even have giant Jenga and Connect Four. And there'll be a couple of other activities too that we'll also have on that day. But this is just a quick overview of some things to be looking forward to with your students. And then merits can also be taken away. So I'm just going to go over the big 5 ways merits can be taken away for the next couple of weeks, and that's not being in class. We've had some issues with students walking around campus, not being in class, and also using the restrooms inappropriately. And so if they're caught in doing that, that's a loss of 1 merit point. And then our second way in which we could lose merit points is excessive tardies and uniform violations. So let's make sure that our students are on class or in class on time, sitting in their seat before the bell rings. 3 or more uniform violations will definitely lead to a loss of 1 merit point. And then excessive tardies in different classes will lead to a merit point as well. Our third way in which we can lose merits is teacher detention. So again, teachers assign detentions, their own detentions, and that would be a loss of 2 merit points. And then anytime students might have a fight or a verbal altercation or confrontation on campus will be the loss of 3 merit points. And then lastly, we have just basically if students aren't listening to staff members or adult directions, that'll be an additional loss of 1 merit point. And so we really want to make sure that we're focusing on behaviors on campus that are positive in celebration of our end of year, and that we're also able to keep our campus safe the last few weeks of school. So I'm just going to go over some frequently asked questions, typically that most people had when I gave this presentation to students. One of the first questions was, how can students earn more than 10 merit points? Basically, students who have no Ds, Fs, or Us will receive 5 additional merit points. And then can students earn merits back? Yes. Each case is different and will depend on the infraction that's basically committed. However, if a student is suspended or if they receive a detention, they cannot earn their merit points back. And then another question, how will I know how many merits my child has? So basically at the end of each week, students will receive an email through Canvas letting them know their remaining merits. Parents will also be notified when merits are lost. And then students with less than 6 merits may be asked to stay home that last week of school. And then lastly, how can I help my child participate in end of year activities, fun activities? So, number one, let's remind, just making sure every day you remind your child to be in uniform, on time, showing respect to everyone, and drama free is the way to be. And then also, Canvas, be sure to check your students' Canvas account and their emails, basically from the school about their merit points weekly. And then make sure you also check in just in general. Ask your kid, hey, how's their day going? How's school going today? Did you have any issues here? And that way you can help in preventing some things from happening, so that your child can be a part of these end of year activities. And then communication. Again, if anything arises, any issues, just make sure to be, solution oriented with teachers and staff. It's been a pretty difficult school year. We're just trying to make sure we end on a really positive note. And if we come in with solutions, with problems, it really helps to create a positive environment and a working relationship with families connecting home and school. And then lastly, thank you, parents, for all that you do. I know that it's not easy, especially transitioning our students back from distance learning into regular everyday brick and mortar school learning every single day. So again, thank you for all that you do and being a partner this school year and making sure that our students are rewarded for their great behavior and their academic success this year. And as always, go Owls! Hoot hoot!